Everybody always thinks they're the exception, but not enough people really check themselves in the mirror consistently. The same thing that you talk shit about that other people do, you might be doing the same thing. One of the main areas that I've noticed that people are very not aware about is energy siphoning. I'm sure you've heard of the terminology energy vampires, energy leeches, even psychic vampires. I've noticed that one thing that people are not very self-aware about is them being an energy vampire. Have you ever questioned yourself if you might be an energy vampire? So we all talk about energy and stuff, and I'm sure you know how to decipher who has bad energy versus who has good energy. There are people that you feel really recharged by, you feel very fueled by. And then there are people, I'm sure you've experienced, people who drain you. You don't really find pleasant to be around. What if I told you that your energy also might be unpleasant to some people? Like, what if you're also an energy siphoner? One major sign that you might be an energy siphoner or energy vampire, one, you might not be happy with yourself, but you're not doing anything about it. So you're stuck in this unhappiness and this self-deprecation period. You might be complaining overtly, or you might not be complaining. You might be keeping everything on the inside. So you're sitting in this energy. But then you go into communities and you expect people to entertain you or get you out of your hole. You have expectations of people. And even worse, you feel entitled to people, whether it's their time, their resources, their energy, their interaction with you. And you might not be intentional about it, but it's your subconscious expectation. When you carry the energy of victim complex or insecurities or just unhappiness with self-unawareness with self, you walk around like spilling all the energy because you're not responsible of yourself. You're not connected to yourself. Like, you're not even taking care of what's really happening on the inside. So you're just spilling the energy to wherever you go. And this is especially going to be prominent when you go around people in spiritual community. I'm sure the reason why you are looking for people who are spiritual is because you want to be held and you want to be understood, right? And this is not to say that you don't deserve it, because you absolutely deserve good friendship and good relationships and space. Like, you deserve to have people who will hold space for you. But that doesn't mean that you just walk into places and spaces and expecting people to just hold you and give you everything just because you are in the emotional need. Remember that anytime that we're going into a community, this is really about exchanging energy and sharing energy, and you're contributing something. Even if you're not contributing actively, you're contributing your energy. So you have to be an active player in reflecting on yourself constantly and checking what type of energy you're sharing with the people, and checking if you have unrealistic expectations of people that you feel entitled to, even subconsciously. And this can often look like you want them to give you a certain response, you want them to treat you a certain way. You never really questioning if you are overburdening them or you might be being inappropriate. Like, it all goes back to you not questioning yourself, right? You see, when we're talking about self-awareness and spiritual hygiene, it's not just about us protecting ourselves from other people and like always just blaming other people and pointing fingers at other people. You also want to put the mirror in front of yourself to reflect on yourself. Are you a pleasant person to be around? Are you actively working on yourself? Or are you stuck in your victim complex and you feel like people owe you something?